Retro Ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto, and as you can see I am here at Entertainment World. This is one of them shops that has absolutely everything that you could want, so let's go inside and take a look what we can find. Man, this place is stacked, and a lot of PS1 that need to be digging through. Let's go. Right, so my first pickup came courtesy of the Xbox 360 area that you've just seen, and it's not actually for me, it's for one of you guys. The reason being is it's quite a rare variant that you just don't see very often, but I actually already own it. I had to take it to eBay and I was able to find it. There was just one listing available and it was sat there for just £5, and I couldn't leave it behind for just £5. I thought, right, I'm going to have to grab this for one of you good people watching, and that is this rare sleeve variant of Dark Void. It's a 2010 third-person shooter developed by Airtight Games. Players must face an alien threat that humanity has previously banished. It's one of these games that's very unique. It contains what they called a vertical cover system. You have a hover pack, and later on in the game you unlock a jetpack, and it basically allows quick transition between your traditional shooter gameplay and then flight. It's one of them games that was quite polarizing when it came out. From general consensus, it was a fantastic idea. It just wasn't quite implemented. Apparently it can be a bit clunky, and yeah, it had somewhat mixed reviews, but yeah, I think there's quite a clamouring to see a remake of this one now that we've sort of like advanced a couple of console generations, and see how they could adapt this great idea into its full potential now. But this is one of them games as well that I wouldn't be surprised if it does increase in value going forwards. The reason being is this is no longer available on digital storefronts. This was actually pulled, I think, earlier in this year. I don't know if we ever got any real clarity as to why that was. At best guess, it was due to the DRM, the digital rights management may have changed hands, but yeah, it's no longer available on storefronts, and we've seen it so often with games that get removed from digital storefronts that over time, and sometimes years, they do go up exponentially in value. Like I say, I picked this up for the sleeve cover. I know from first hand this is a very uncommon one. So stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll be letting you people know how you can win this copy. Also, you may have noticed this is a CX lottery that we're going to get into at the end of this video. So once we've been through all the pickups that I got at the Fantastic Entertainment World. But yeah, let's get back to the hunt. You want to see them ones up there? So we've not only got video games, toys, VHS, DVDs, trainers, we've also got records, CDs. They have some amazing stuff. Oh wow, look at that as I'm talking to you. Look what's caught my eye. Streets of Rage vinyl soundtrack. Well, that's tempting. That's very tempting. Sadly, I didn't pick up that Streets of Rage record. It was tempting, I'm not gonna lie, but I wasn't really in the market for a £35 vinyl record on this day. Had it been Streets of Rage 2, maybe it would have been enough to tempt me in, but yeah, I do love collecting video game vinyl, but it's just so expensive, and I was more focused on games. However, whilst I was in that music section, I did take advantage of it. Viewers of the channel will know that I'm often in charity shops and I'm often picking up hip-hop CDs, and yeah, it's a great time to buy CDs, you know, so very cheap at the moment. These all cost me just £2 each, so I picked up a few hip-hop CDs that I have had in my younger days, but you know, like so many of you guys out there, you let your collections go and then you get a FOMO. But yeah, I picked up Exhibit Restless, Snoop Dogg, The Last Meal, very underrated album, the last great Snoop Dogg album in my opinion, and Obi Trice, Cheers. So yeah, always nice to add hip-hop to my collection, especially hip-hop that I had yesteryear, and yeah, it's always nice to get things back into the fold, right? But let's get back to hunting video games, shall we? Hey, who's your favourite Street Fighter characters?
Ryu, Ken, Gaius, Sagat.
Good choice, mate. Good lad. I was absolutely delighted to get this next find. This is a real sort of like pivotal find in my collection because, yeah, this is a subset that I've been concentrating on a lot in recent times, and there's just 2 left. Now, I found 2 copies of this game in the 360 area of this shop, and for some reason they were worlds apart. One was £18 and one was £12. So one was more expensive than CEX and one was cheaper than CEX. Now this game doesn't come with a manual, so it had nothing to do with being complete or incomplete, but guess which version I picked up and took to the counter, right? The £12 version. And that is the amazing Spider-Man 2. It's a 2014 open world action adventure game based on the film of the same name, but rather than mirroring the films exactly, the universe and the films was expanded upon with more characters and elements taken from the comic books. Largely mixed to negative reviews on this one. I think one of the issues was the hero or menace morality system. You know those games, and it can be a bit annoying where you have to play it in a certain way to develop your character to a certain path. So yeah, I think you're quite limited in terms of how you want to play the game if you want to either go down the hero or the menace route, which, yeah, I know from my personal experience, I often find that quite annoying. I just wanted to play the game the way in which I want to play the game. It was also surprisingly criticised for its story. Usually the Spider-Man games are very strong in terms of their story arc, but also apparently it's quite glitchy. But it is worth remembering that this game got a release both on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, so there probably are better ways to play this game, and I'm guessing less glitchy on the more modern systems. But for me personally, just absolutely delighted with it because it meant I was down to just one Spider-Man game to complete the Spider-Man subset for the 360, and that subset's become very expensive. So yeah, we're getting ever closer, and that takes me to the end of those pickups. I want to give a massive shout out to Entertainment World. If you're ever in that area, make sure you go and check it out. You've seen on the footage, right? Everything retro is under one roof. It really is a fantastic place to be. So massive shout out to them and their hospitality. But that takes me to this. So this is a CEX lottery, and some of you may be able to guess what this is, right? This is hopefully the end of my Spider-Man pursuit. I'm hoping in here is the final Spider-Man game that I need to complete the 360 collection. It's not really a CX lottery, I say with bated breath. I'm probably tempting fate there because I've already got the manual. If you've been keeping up with the vlogs, you'll know that I bought the manual separate. I ordered this game, I have history with it, but it came with a false cover, like a reprinted cover. So yeah, I was gutted. But then this randomly popped up on CX, like I had a notification saved to say it's back in stock. It's very rarely in stock, so I'm hoping this isn't one that someone returned. Unless they returned it because there was no manual rather than it being battered or, you know, reprinted. So let's just get into it and see what's going on, shall we? Right, okay, so we have got a copy of Spider-Man Friend or Foe. This is a 2007 action-adventure game, but this game borrows designs and characters from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. This takes place, however, in a divergent timeline to the films. So rather than just sort of expanding upon it like the previous Spider-Man game that we talked about, it's sort of like in the same time, but in a different universe. I mean, you know how convoluted these Spider-Man stories get, right? But I think you get what I'm trying to say. One of the huge benefits of this one is it's actually 2-player co-op. So if you're into couch co-op, this is the Spider-Man game for you. I think this one also contains more humour than a lot of the other games, and I don't know about you guys personally, but I love this artistic approach. Whilst obviously I'm sure a lot of us enjoyed the Spider-Man games that were released on the PlayStation 4 and 5, I do really like this sort of more cartoon style, so almost more authentic to the comic books itself. I think this is a real nice art style, and I think it lends itself to the genre really well. So yeah, for me personally, just seeing that different in art style with this Spider-Man game just makes me even more intrigued to play it. And like all Activision developed Spider-Man games, this one has steadily been increasing in value since they were removed from all digital storefronts in 2014. So yeah, this has become not only quite expensive, but now quite a difficult and uncommon one to find. But I'm really happy because I can tell you straight away, this is not a reprinted cover. I can see that immediately. It's in decent condition. It does feel light, yeah, so that's probably why. This was probably a return to CEX, but like I say, thankfully, I'm already sitting on the golden envelope with this one. I've already got the manual, so I can't really go too far wrong, he says, before he looks at the disc. The disc looks like it has been resurfaced. It's got like a little bit, you know, like when you can still see like the resurfacing product on the edge, but in terms of the disc itself, I think it's fine. I will test it, but I don't imagine having too many problems with this one at all. So yeah, man, I think we can finally celebrate. That's the Spider-Man subset done. And yeah, just delighted with that. I really am. There's not the games that I haven't put too much time into at all. Viewers of the vlogs will know that I played through one of the more recent Spider-Mans last year, but I haven't really delved too far back into the back catalogue. But I feel like now I own them all. I can sort of like make that journey. I can choose where I want to start, play through certain like trilogies and things like that. So yeah, really happy to have these, and I just think they're fantastic box art as well, right? That's like a common theme for our Spider-Man games. So again, as a collector, it just pulls me in even further, and they're probably only going to go up in value going forwards as well in terms of the financial value. Like I say, with these being removed from digital storefronts, it being the only way to get them is physically. They think they're just going to be clamoured for more and more going forwards, especially such a beloved franchise like Spider-Man. Every time new movies come out and things like that, you know, the popularity is going to go through the roof, and yeah, values will probably continue to soar going forward. So just really nice to have it ticked off and done, and yeah, I can now sit back like Thanos and enjoy my full Spider-Man collection. But before we get out of here, Dark Void. So I did say I was going to be giving this copy away as I already own it. So if you want to own this rare sleeve version of Dark Void, just simply put in the comment section below Ghetto Void. So all capitals, Ghetto Void, and we'll give this away on a vlog very soon. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comment section what your favourite Spider-Man game was of this era, and let me know if you saw anything in Entertainment World that I should have picked up that maybe I missed out on, because sometimes when you're filming, it's easy to sort of overlook things as well. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. But as always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Do not miss next week's vlog, because whilst I was in the sort of Birmingham area, I went to another game store and I had some amazing finds, and I'm talking like amazing finds. So yeah, tune in on Sunday to see what I picked up, and as always, play your games, keep it retro. In a bit, take care.
You're watching the Retro Ghetto.
Ghetto.
Ghetto!
Yeah!
Lock into the retro ghetto. Come and have a look around the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the retro ghetto.